Hey everybody, I'm Billy and welcome to Billy's Joint. A few weeks ago, it occurred to me that every thumbnail I've ever looked at tells you what's on the show. Whether it's military, dramatic, meditation, movie, sports, but you always know what is coming. I thought, well, what if it was completely unknown? So I did it. A pizza festival with an unknown playlist, and people liked it. And a couple people have even asked for more of them. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So I can't give you a synopsis and then show it because that'll give it away. So I show something and I'll do a little blurb afterwards about what you just saw. So it's kind of backwards that way. But anyway, let's get into it. Who knows what'll happen? Let's hit play and find out. Play!
Have you ever been kissed by a woman like this? This is the story of an adventure so fantastic and horrible as to make a man of science doubt his senses. See the dance of destruction as Tarantula entices men to a strange fate. Lost women, lost because they were born without human souls. Children of abominable deviltry and twisted science, unleashed by insanity.
He has human beauty and intelligence, still possesses the capacities and instincts of the giant spider.
Who could have shot him?
Nobody shot him. Look, these are not bullet wounds.
What could have killed him?
I don't know. I hope we won't have to find out.
Aren't you afraid, Grant?
I'm scared stiff.
If you're frightened, what do you call him?
I'm getting out of here.
The terror of mortal man, paralyzed with fear, bereft of reason, facing the horror of the giant hexapod.
Good morning. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Have you had your tasty toasties this morning? Good for you. And now from... Don't touch that dial. And now for our morning exercises. Open those windows. Take a deep breath.
Egbert! Egbert! Hey, Egbert! Hey, you're on your toes, boy. We gotta catch a spy. Come on, we'll track him down and toss him in the clink. Come on, let's go. Come on, Egbert. Hurry up. Say, have you seen a spy around here?
Does he look like this?
Yeah, that's him.
No, I have not seen him.
Say, I bet that's the...
Now at 3 o'clock, war savings time. Kabloom!
Hey, you. Stick 'em up. I bet you're that old,
Well, I'm not so sure that you're Porky Pig either. There's your license. Can't you see the white line? There's the fire. Move along or I'll run you in, Bob.
You know, I'm really getting suspicious of that guy.
Here, Pig, it is 1 minute to 3. Do you see that little bag?
You mean that one?
Yeah, at exactly 3 o'clock, that little... Yipe! Here.
You know, that guy sure does act suspicious. And that thing ticks just like a bomb! Yeah, that's all right. That's just my little old heart.
I knew it! Oh, this gall-darn imitation earsatz thing. It never works. Never works. It works! It works! It works! It works! It works! Sieg Heil!
That was Confusions of a Nutsy Spy, Nutsy, Nazi, 1943 Warner Brothers Looney Tunes. And I thought what was interesting about it was actually a World War II propaganda film. You know, Porky with his bloodhound that has sinus problems, and they're chasing this lynx, you know, the cat, Lynx, lynx, who's going to blow up a bridge. So it's a propaganda film when you get right down to it. So I thought that was real interesting. Anyway, let's get on with the show. What's coming up? I don't know.
Minutes late. Yes. Weather a little thick over the mountains. Better late than never. Can you tell me if Mr. Frank Chandler is aboard? I want to meet him, but if I miss connections, I shall not wait. Frank Chandler? Yes, Mr. Chandler's aboard. I thank you. You're welcome.
Loves California. Oh, how do you do? Well, Dorothy, how do you do? May I present Mr. and Mrs. James, the Princess Margie? Your Highness, I am delighted.
How are you? Your Highness. I guess I never met a real princess before.
Oh, please. I wish everybody here in America would forget that I am a princess.
Well, just as you say. Nevertheless, you're every inch a princess.
Oh, thank you.
Mrs. Regent, I suppose you're very excited over Chandler's homecoming?
I certainly am. He was delayed in Chicago, you know, but we're expecting him by plane tonight. Yes, we are also anxious. You know my children, Betty and Bob. Well, you remember Mr. and Mrs. James.
Oh, yes. How do you do?
How do you do, my dears? What adorable children, Dorothy.
I think so.
My, how they've grown.
Haven't they?
Shall we dance?
I'll see you later.
Very well, Dorothy.
Why does not Chandler come? Without him, I do not feel safe. Even here. Nonsense, my dear. Remember, you're in California now, not Egypt. Nothing can harm you here.
Of course not, Najee. Don't get jittery now. Just put the soft pedal on that Chandu stuff. Uncle Frank prefers to be known as just plain Mr. Chandler here in California.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you know, to me he's always Chandler.
Oh, forget it. Come on, Betty, let's have a dance. What do you say?
Hi there, Pilgrim. Welcome to our city. You're the
For Pete's sake.
Oh, Bob, you're just in time to dance with me. Your brother's a most divine dancer.
Well, I'm sorry, Judy. I just promised to dance to Betty.
Going to dance with your own sister? Why, that's positively simple. You won't mind, will you, darling, if I take it away from you?
Mr. Regent,
Yes.
I'm from the Daily Star. Can you give me some information about the Princess Najee?
Oh, I'd be delighted to. Pardon me, Judy. Let's go right over here.
Fine.
Oh, I think that's positively fiendish. I still feel uneasy. I wish Andrew would come. Now, my dear, I want you to relax and enjoy yourself.
I am
Dr. Vara, and this is Mr. Sutra. We are friends of Mr. Chandler, but haven't the honor of Mrs. Regent's acquaintance.
Chandler has not returned from the east yet, sir. Mrs. Regent is receiving.
Thank you.
Why, Naji, what is it? A terrible danger has just entered this house.
Chandu is aboard the transcontinental plane, then, and my men will receive him at the airport. Are you prepared and ready to do my bidding?
Yes, master.
Swear, then, by the sacred symbol of Ubasti.
I swear.
It is well. Do not announce us to Mrs. Regent.
That'll make a great story for the Sunday papers. Did the princess happen to come to America for any particular reason?
Well, they did try to kidnap her in Egypt. She's very wealthy, you know. But don't play it up in the Patriot. Might not be safe for her out here.
There's a cinch it wouldn't be. Now, one more question. Is there any truth in the story that your uncle has some sort of magic power and is known in the East as Chandu, the magician?
Well, my uncle was born in the Orient. In fact, he spent most of his life there. So you don't believe in magic, do you? Oh, my uncle has studied these Eastern tricks and just happens to do a few of them now and then, that's all. But don't play that up either.
Bob?
Yes?
I've been looking all over for you. Pardon the interruption.
Certainly.
Mother wants you in the library at once.
Oh, all right. Will you excuse us?
You bet. Thanks for the dope.
It's all right. What's all the row, Mother?
Naji feels some terrible danger has just entered the house.
Oh, come on now, Naji. This isn't Egypt, you know. I thought we left all that stuff behind with the mummies.
It is real, Bob. Just as it was in Egypt.
Naji.
Oh, Chandu will only hear. Oh, he will be here very soon, dear. We can't take this warning lightly, Bob.
You don't have to tell me that after what's happened before. I think I'll go have a look around the ballroom.
What good would that do? The dozens of Uncle Frank's friends here whom you've never seen.
Gee, that's right. I know what I'll do. I'll get the admission cards from the doorman. We may learn something from them.
That's a good idea. Hurry. Oh, Bob.
Yes?
Aren't you going to dance with me now?
Well, I've got to do something for Mother. I'm awfully sorry, Judy. I'll have to...
I do believe you don't want to dance with me.
Oh, Judy, dear, whatever gave you that idea?
When the princess enters the ballroom, be ready to give her a glass of wine. It's my signal. And when they call a physician, remember that I am Dr. Vara. I understand, Master. Take this. Go.
Where can I find a telephone? You'll find a booth right back there, sir. Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. James Thomas?
R.S.T. Thomas. Okay.
Everything's all right so far. Vara. Dr. Vara. That's a funny name. How about him, Betty?
Hello. Oh, hello, Frank. Chandu. Yes. Yes, she's all right. But come at once. Let me speak to him. Chandu. I feel danger. Come quickly.
I'll be there in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, try not to be alone. Stay in the ballroom with the guests.
All right. All right.
Now, don't worry. Just do as I say. Goodbye. Be ready.
Where did Uncle Frank call from, Najee?
Oh, I don't know. Someplace nearby. He said he would be here in 5 minutes.
Boy, he certainly must have hit it up from the airport after that plane landed. That's more than an hour's drive. But I guess he had more than one reason to hurry.
Bob.
Well, gee, Mom, we all know how Uncle Frank feels about Najee. The trouble is, none of us know how she feels about him.
It isn't any of your business, Smarty. Chandu's my very good friend, Bob. But that is all. It would be dangerous for Chandu to be anything more to me. He runs great risk as it is in just being my friend.
Well, my dear, your troubles and your fears are all over now.
Hey, Mom, it's about time we're getting in to see our guest.
I think so, too.
Go on, for Princess Najee.
To the Princess Najee, may she live long and happily. The Princess Najee. And now a toast from Her Highness.
My friend, I want to tell you all how glad I am to be here in America among you. And in return, I offer health and happiness to you all. Chandu!
Not.
Frank, oh, we're so glad you're back.
So am I, Dorothy.
Gee, Uncle Frank, we're glad to see you.
Hello, Bob.
Chandu, escaped at the airport. I cannot understand it. Sutra.
Bob, get the party going. Start him down.
Sure, let's go dance, Betty. Come on.
Had an accident?
Yes, the glass seemed to fly right out of my hand.
Nonsense. You must have touched it. Nito. One moment, please.
Chandu has captured the mind of the servant.
Nito, you will go to the library and wait for me there. Do you understand?
Yes. You must stop it.
Come, I will explain everything to you. Najee, I don't want to frighten you, but I have learned the reasons for these attempts to kidnap you.
What is it, Frank?
Najee, have you ever heard of the sect of Ubasti?
Ubasti? Of the Lemurians?
Yes, of the lost continent.
The birthplace of black magic. What does it all mean, Frank?
Recently, the perfectly preserved body of Osana, the last high priestess of Ubasti, was recovered from the sea. These people believe that they can bring their priestess back to life by a human sacrifice.
Oh, what a perfectly terrible belief.
The sacrifice must be an Egyptian princess of royal blood. Najee is the only living Egyptian princess, and the Ubasti will stop at nothing.
Oh.
An old legend prophesies the return of the lost continent in all its glory when Osana lives again.
And they have chosen Najee?
Oh.
I had to tell you, Najee. But have no fear.
We have faced dangers before, have we not? We'll do it again. It's better to know the reason, so that we may fight it out. Don't be afraid, my dear. I'm going now to question Ito. You may learn a great deal from him. You will answer my questions fully and truthfully. You will do as I command.
Yes, sir.
By whose order did you give the drugged wine to the princess tonight?
By the order of the high priest Vinjan.
Vinjan? He was in this house tonight?
Yes, sir.
Sect of Ubasti has members in America?
There is a meeting place not far from this house.
Here in California? Where is this meeting place? I command you to speak. Speak. Where is the meeting place?
There is an old house, a dead tree.
A dead tree? Where is this house? How is it reached? Speak, I command you.
It is reached by the road from the canyon. And
Well, that was The Return of Shandu, 1934. It was a 12-part serial, but it was released in different formats. It was released as a 12-part, once-a-week serial, like we just saw. We saw chapter 1. But it was also released as like a little movie of the first 4 episodes, and then the remaining 8 episodes were made into another movie called Shandu on Magic Island. So they released it in different formats, but we just saw chapter 1. And what's interesting is Bela Lugosi was in Shandu the Magician, the original movie, and he was Roxor, the bad guy. In this one, he was the good guy. He was Shandu. So it's kind of cool that way. Anyway, I don't know what's coming up next. I just have no clue. Let's find out. Play.
Remotely situated thousands of miles from the crowded centers of civilization lies Auckland, ocean gateway to northern New Zealand, and one of the most progressive cities of its size in the British Empire. In spite of its remoteness, away down under the equator, Auckland manages to keep abreast of the times and readily utilizes all the worthwhile modern developments of the outside world. Among her many institutions maintained for the enlightenment of mankind is the Auckland Museum, which houses a priceless collection of original items created by the Maori people who settled in New Zealand long before the coming of the white man. Incidentally, we are being accompanied by the voices of a famous Maori choir, singing the praises of New Zealand in the Maori language. In the southern part of New Zealand, at Christchurch, stands another outstanding example of the country's characteristic regard for education, Canterbury University, a co-ed institution dedicated to all branches of higher learning. Here we find a student enrollment comparable with that of the world's finest universities. The Avon River, named after that famous stream in the land of Shakespeare, is equally as picturesque, and aside from its romantic appeal, it provides a perfect setting for the spirited boat races conducted by the boys of Christ College, who ride their bicycles along the Avon and cheer their favorite oarsmen in the manner of the schoolboys of old England. And here they come. Well, cheerio, boys. We're off to see a little more of your country. And what a beautiful country it is. This is Lake Wakatipu, near Queenstown, a favorite source of inspiration for artists. Here we find settings not unlike those of Old England, from where originated over 95% of New Zealand's present population. The mortality rate of New Zealand is said to be the lowest in the world, and this is attributed to an unusually healthy climate, along with a generally simple and peaceful mode of living, which produces healthy characters like this gentleman's sheep rancher. New Zealand is primarily a grazing country, depending upon pastoral products for about 90% of its exports. Needless to say, sheep comprise the economic mainstay of the country. In fact, without sheep, New Zealand would be deprived of an annual income of about $100 million. A few hours' drive from Auckland lies Rotorua, a famous thermal district, where spouting geysers and gurgling hot water pools of unknown depths impress us with the fact that we are in a region that has been fantastically fashioned. Here in this weird land of spouting fountains and hot pools live the Maori people, calmly employing these natural forces for their various daily wants. The hot springs help to solve many of the Maori's cooking problems, for there is always boiling hot water in which to cook eggs, fish, and other dishes common to Maoriland. The temperature of the numerous pools ranges from the boiling point to lukewarm and sometimes freezing cold. At Fairy Springs near Rotorua, we are intrigued by the prolific pools of trout. New Zealand is world famous as a fisherman's paradise, and this is all the more remarkable when we realize that previous to the coming of the white man, its numerous lakes and streams were practically devoid of fish. Among the many species of fish that have been imported and successfully acclimatized are the brown and rainbow trout. They have developed into giants of their kind, affording to fishermen a sport undreamed of in the older countries of the world. And now we will accept this Maori maiden's cordial invitation to witness a unique exhibition of Maori dancing. This is called the hakapoi, or canoe dance. Maori, now numbering about 65,000, are a remote branch of the Polynesian race, which has generally spread itself throughout the islands of the Pacific. Although they were originally a warlike people and the most courageous of all those in their part of the world who dared to resist the inroads of the conquering white man, they have attained a high degree of civilization. Here we meet the famous Rangi Toto Maori Choir, whose melodious voices, under the able direction of Kelly Harris, have accompanied our scenes of New Zealand, and they are singing a fond farewell to us now, as the time draws near for our departure from their alluring country. In concluding our impressions of New Zealand, we will always think of it as a country in which man and beast appear to have developed a formula for living at peace and in harmony with nature in all its phases. A land that is truly beautiful, and a people who are a credit to the finer amenities of mankind. With such impressions, we reluctantly say farewell to picturesque New Zealand.
So that was Fitzpatrick Travel Talks. That was made by James Fitzpatrick. He's from Connecticut, and he studied dramatic arts, and he got into journalism. Then he started making these travel logs that MGM decided to distribute. And he made over 300 of them, spanning 5 decades. And this one was in color. I've also seen a bunch that are in black and white also, but they had the timestamp at the bottom running, and I didn't really like that much. But there's a lot of black and white ones, and there's a lot of color ones. So let me know what you guys think of it. I've never shown one before. I think they're pretty cool. So that's what we just saw. And what's coming up next, who knows?
Danger, excitement, adventure. Boston Blackie. Enemy of those who make him an enemy. Friend of those who have no friends. Yes, sir. That's Boston Blackie, and he's quite a guy. In just a moment, we'll see him in one of his exciting adventures. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, Ruby. Hiya.
I'm wonderful, Mr. Morgan.
Atta girl. Hello, Hugo.
Hello, Mr. Morgan. Sharky, this way, gentlemen.
Black and Eagle.
Well, let's see, the regulars are here.
Here, Morgan. Sammy! Sammy, my boy! Sammy, how's your scallopini? The same as yesterday? But not the same, I hope.
Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, what is it, Sammy?
I've got something that'll interest you. Something important.
Well, speak up, Sammy, speak up.
Over now in there.
I've got news for you. Hugo's going to have to get a new waiter.
It's Sammy. He's dead.
And then your friend Inspector Faraday was in on the case. The next thing I knew, I was headed for a San Francisco death cell. Now, I ask you, Blackie, why? Why would I want to bump off a two-bit waiter? Now, why, I ask you?
That's a very difficult question, Morgan. Why don't you ask me something simple like, how many people would like to bump you off? Tell me exactly what happened in the phone booth.
Well, Sammy made me an offer of a hot buy. Perfect engravings of $10 bills for $2 apiece. He even showed me a sample, but I brushed them off.
Brushed him off or bumped him off?
Well, I mean, I told him I wasn't interested. I left him calling his second choice.
Yeah, I read that story in the paper.
Well, please, Blackie, now you gotta believe me. Look, I understand you have a nice apartment. Well, you can roll up the rugs. I'll carpet it with banknotes, real banknotes. You can go barefoot and kick the stuff around.
Sorry, Morgan. I always wear my Argyles in the house. Can't take your dough. But certain intangible aspects of this case intrigue me.
Why the hurry-up call? Why does Morgan throw a party he can't go to? Why invite everybody that was here the day of the murder? And why does he invite me?
Just to show there's no bad feelings, I guess. Mr. Morgan's funny that way. Always trying to
now,
show...
Now, listen, Hugo. There's something behind this, and I'm going to find out exactly what... I think I found it.
Hello, Hugo. Hiya, Chief.
Hello, Blackie.
Well, if it isn't Boston Blackie. Some more of your shenanigans, eh?
Blackie, why didn't you tell me we had a date with the inspector?
Surprise.
What are you doing here, anyway?
Oh, Morgan's party. Why else? I've got an invitation here someplace.
Where?
My other suit. Whitey's plate. Mary, seat in this booth over here.
Of course you'll join us, Inspector.
Mr. Flack, I presume.
Yeah.
Where's Angle?
He's bringing up a load of lettuce from El Centro.
Loaded lettuce?
Mm-hmm. He'll be back for the party, though.
Good. Hiya, Sharky.
Hiya, Blackie.
Sit down. Later. I never leave Mary alone. Looks white. Good. There's your plate. Are they?
Listen, it was you and not Morgan that sent the invites for this phony party. Now talk, Blackie. Why?
Black got it this time. Same as Sammy. Telephone booth, knife in his back.
Now get this and get it straight. There'll be no sneaking out of here. Understand that? And everybody stay clear of that phone booth. Well, I hope you're satisfied. Now I got another murder on my hands. And all because you had to butt into that Morgan case. I ought to tear you apart limb by limb. And keep away from that booth. Do you hear me, Blackie?
Well, tell it to her.
Here, you heard what I said. What were you doing in there?
Calling my boyfriend. You know how jealous he is, Inspector.
Yeah. Seems to me you were calling him when Sammy was murdered, too. Well, it's very, very interesting. The back door, Blackie.
Well, watch the others. I'll get him. Now, look, Sharky. You're Morgan's boy. And gruesome as it sounds, I'm sort of Morgan's boy, too. So why try to win your letter at track?
The parole board won't like my being here.
Oh, so that's what's worrying you.
Well, he almost put me back in the can after that first murder. This really makes me a sardine.
Oh, the parole board won't like you running away, Sharky. They won't like it a bit. So why don't you take a walk around the block and think it over?
Plain Sharky, that's all. Send it out as an all-car alert. There isn't a cop in the country that don't know who Sharky is. I knew I couldn't count on you. Grab Sharky and we'll wrap this job up.
These walls seem solid enough.
Yeah.
What's this?
An air vent. What does it look like?
Yeah, but an arm could reach out through there and be in position to knife a man in the back.
The long arm of the law, maybe. It'd have to be, because there's a pipe outside that goes 20 feet up to the roof. And you can't drop a knife through that metal screen.
Look, Faraday, you don't have to shout. I'm just trying to be helpful, that's all.
Yeah.
probably was a struggle in here. Maybe a scream.
Well, sounds logical.
So look, why don't you make like you're being stabbed in the back, and we'll see if the booth is soundproof.
Not going to leave us behind this time, Whitey. Let's go.
Somebody's stabbing me. Help! 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 Somebody's stabbing me. Somebody's stabbing me. Help! Help! Hey!
What's the matter? What's the matter, Inspector? Oh, it's you, Sharky. Where's Blackie?
He's been doing that for miles, Whitey. I guess he means it. But isn't this a lovely day for a drive?
Ain't no free rides, hobo, so bail out. Oh, one-sided stuff, huh?
Right. I'll hardly say a word. But you're going to toss words around like a deb at a cocktail party. What about your partner being murdered?
Black? Murdered?
Talk straight. I saw you when you saw him dead. Why that fast duck out?
There was a cop there, so I left.
For you, that's reason enough. Why was Flack murdered?
You was there, I wasn't. So why ask me?
Point in your favor. But I wasn't there when Sammy was killed.
Witnesses saw Flack and me sitting in the booth when Sammy went to the phone.
That's another point in your favor. Maybe I hitched a ride on the wrong truck.
Well, I'm glad you're finally seeing the light.
I said maybe.
Well, if we're going to continue this interesting conversation, maybe I'd better pull over there and get a load of gas.
All right. But don't get out. Remember, free service goes with the hidden gas tax.
What do you have? Fill her up. About to here.
Where'd he go, Whitey?
Can I check your oil?
Yeah.
Hey, mister, you got a tire wearing thing. You better take care of it before it's too late.
I can always depend on good old Gimpy.
But did you have to bring a guy here?
This one, yes. He was mighty curious about you and me and Flack, who's dead.
Dead?
Yeah, murdered. This guy was there. We'll take him someplace and leave him so it'll look like hit and run. Give me a hand.
What do you want?
Fill her up. We're out for a breeze. You know, no place in particular.
Sorry, we're closed.
Well, Whitey, your bread and butter man is quite a snob. Okay, we'll be snobs too. Stranger! Blackie! What did it do to you, Blackie?
Oh, what happened? Oh, don't tell me, I know.
Don't try to talk, Blackie. Put your head back.
How did I ever get out of that jam?
Faraday saved you.
Faraday? Faraday?
Well, not exactly. It was that gun he gave you for Christmas.
Oh. Well, remind me to thank him.
Exciting, isn't it? We'll continue with Boston Blackie in just a moment.
Black and Angle on the side. Pick it up. And pick up a character called Al Angle. Charge assault. He and an unknown accomplice slug Blackie.
Slug Blackie? Did you arrest a guy for that?
I guess so. He's a taxpayer.
Blackie, look.
Yeah. That's all for now.
Well, hold the phone. And take this. It's an all-car priority. Add counterfeiting to the charge of assault. Engel's accomplice identified. Pick up Floyd Gleason, engraver, counterfeiter deluxe.
Thanks, Blackie. Thanks a lot. But how does this tie in with the murder in the phone booth?
You mean Sammy the waiter in the Morgan case?
No, I mean the one we saw. The Sammy case is all signed, sealed, and Morgan's as good as delivered in the death house.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm still curious. So, come on, Mary. You know, there are too many loose ends in this case to suit me. Come on, Whitey.
Maybe you can arrest a guy for slugging Blackie.
Mary, there has to be something or someone else. Engel and the Gimp weren't around when Flack was murdered. Morgan standing behind an iron-barred alibi.
Leaving Sharky, Hugo, and the cashier with the jealous boyfriend. And that vague thing called party or parties unknown.
Now, Mary, I'd sure like to have a talk with the Gimp.
Want him to apologize?
I wouldn't even mention the conch.
Oh, ashamed of yourself, huh? You won't find the Gimp in there.
Look, right now I'm as interested in how it was done as who did it. 2 men were killed in this booth. 2, Mary. How? How?
You sound just like Faraday.
Speaking of Faraday, and I wish you wouldn't, why don't you call him and see if he's had any luck? I'm going to have a look around.
Okay.
Faraday speaking. Oh, hello, Mary. Where are you? What? Phone booth in Hugo's. Don't take any chances, Mary. Go to another phone and call me right back.
That's all right, Inspector. Blackie would like a report on Engel and the Gimp.
Who does he think he is, the commissioner?
Commissioner Blackie. Blackie the commissioner. Hey, that sounds good, Inspector. To get back to the point, what about Engel and the Gimp? Yeah? But, Inspector, anything as big as that truck shouldn't be hard to find.
Mary, speak to me. Mary! A cycle of 3.
Okay, Blackie, it was your hand. I'll buy that. I know the touch. But how did you do it?
Mary, Faraday was right. This pipe goes all the way to the ceiling. But this slides back, and the iron mesh goes with it. See? Simple?
Blackie, it's so complicated. Why rig up a gag like that just so you can put your hand in and knife a guy in the back? You got murder on your mind. Well, why not use a dark alley? Or take him for a ride?
You got a point there, Mary.
Thank you, officer. I'll check the register and be right out.
All right, Mr. Hugo.
Hey, that's Hugo. Maybe you'll fix me something to eat, huh?
Yeah, arsenic and old lettuce.
Blackie, what are you talking
Well, I think so. The chop house is his, and this pipe goes with it. Now, you stay here. I'm going to look around.
Hello. But I had to, for the 3 of us. Flack was turning chicken. You figure this fellow Blackie is pretty sharp. Now, you name it, and I'll be there. Outpost Road to Mulholland. I got that. 4.5 miles around the curve to a cutoff to the left. Okay. I'll watch out for the truck. Don't worry, I'll be there. Oh, yes, I didn't know.
Collins, come with me. Mary! Hugo, what's happening?
Drive him, Faraday. He's your number 1 man.
How'd you get back here, Blackie?
Be right with you.
Collins, get a hold of him and hold on to him. What's this all about?
Hugo's your murderer.
Mary, tell him all about it.
And why do you stay here and protect the three of them?
Inspector, we'll give him a head start to the alley, Whitey. He'll argue better when he's driving. Now, come on. On your mark. Get set. Let's go, quick. I didn't know he was in such good shape. And to think I got him that membership to the Y.
Take this tool house with us. It'd be good for duck hunting.
As soon as Hugo turns that corner, hunting season officially opens.
Maybe he's smarter than we think. Maybe he won't come.
Flack and I had a pretty good thing until Hugo horned in. You and I could still have a good thing.
Hey, it's that guy you brought into the station.
Well, I'd much rather get him than Hugo.
Assignment closed. This is Faraday reporting that I have brought this case to a successful conclusion. I now have the confessed murderer, Charles Hugo, and his two accomplices, Al Engel and Floyd Gleason, alias the Gimp, safely in custody. The Gimp made phony $10 bills at his gas station, and Flack and Engel delivered them to Hugo, who had charge of passing them on to the public.
Oh, good work, Faraday. But tell me, what happened to your first suspect, Tim Morgan? You know, the man who was on his way to the
I was
death
just
house?
coming to that. Tim Morgan has been released and is in no way implicated in the murders or the counterfeiting. You know, Blackie, there's one thing I can't understand.
What's that, Faraday?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Well, what's on your mind, Faraday?
Well, I know that Hugo bumped his waiter off because he got wise to the counterfeiting racket. But that phone booth and that pipe, why rig up an elaborate gadget like that for a murder?
Well, that gadget was the why of the murder.
Yeah?
Yeah, you see, Hugo was a suspicious character. He wanted to know what people were saying about him. So he rigged up his own private little listening post.
You know, like a two-party line, so you can hear what your neighbors are saying.
Oh, I get it. Hugo just happened to have his ear to the hole when Sammy gave the proposition to Morgan.
Right. Well, you sure solved this case, Faraday.
Thank you.
All set, Mary?
Bye, Inspector.
Goodbye. Come on, Whitey, come on.
See you again, Inspector.
Oh, sure. It's a grand feeling to lick a tough case like this. Blackie, there's one thing I don't understand. 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 Blackie, if I ever see you again, I'll break you in half. Well, I guess he's worth it.
Well, that was Boston Blackie. It was a syndicated show that ran from 1951 to 1953. They did 58 episodes with Kent Taylor as Boston Blackie. Boston Blackie originally started on old-time radio with a lot of episodes there. Then they made the famous movies, and then the TV show came later. A little trivia note, which I said before, Jack Doyle wrote the Boston Blackie stories, and he got in trouble with the law a couple times, and he actually wrote the stories while he was in prison at the Colorado State Penitentiary. So it's kind of an interesting fun fact on Jack Doyle, the author. So what's coming up? I have no clue.
Here's the way we quench our thirst, quench our thirst, quench our thirst. Here's the way we quench our thirst. At the refreshment counter, now's the time to yum, 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 yum. Now's the time to yum, yum, yum. At the refreshment counter, popcorn, drinks, and candy too, candy too, candy too. Popcorn, drinks, and candy too. At the refreshment counter, at the refreshment counter, at the refreshment counter.
Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet. when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Either. Well, maybe Betty found her. She's not outside. Well, maybe she went into town. Without telling us? Oh, Mother wouldn't do that. Oh, she's in the cellar. Why didn't we think of it?
All right. Who hid my Indian?
Uncle Joe, we're worried. We can't find Mama.
Now you know how I feel when you hide my Indian.
Oh, Uncle Joe, this is serious. I don't know where We've looked all over the house.
All right. Stop chattering like a nest full of baby blue jays. Your ma went to town. She left a note.
What does it say?
Nothing, just that she went to town.
But I'm worried. Me too. So am I.
What about?
Well, Mom didn't sleep a wink last night. We heard her walking the floor all night long. And she didn't eat a bite of breakfast. I'll bet she's still worried about the train, Uncle Joe. Afraid the railroad's gonna scrap it.
Relax. I took care of that railroad man. He wouldn't dare scrap the Hooterville cannonball.
Has anyone heard the train this morning? No, I haven't. I haven't either. Then Mother must still be at the track waiting. Come on, let's go.
All the mornings for the cannonball to be late.
Mother, no! Don't do it!
Don't do what? I was listening for the cannonball. It's 2 hours late.
Mother, do you think the railroad has scrapped it?
Of course not. There's nothing to worry about.
Then why were you awake all night?
I was reading.
Walking the floor?
If I read in bed, I fall asleep.
Mother, you're worried about the train.
Oh, I am not.
Well, you didn't eat a bite of breakfast.
Of course I did. I had coffee and buttered train. Toast.
Hey, you sure started a ruckus this morning.
Look at Uncle Joe. The cannonball's still running.
Well, of course it's still running. I saw to that. Let's all go up and get some breakfast.
Look, I'm going into Hooterville to see Sam Drucker.
What about?
About the train. He knows the law, and we should be ready in case Mr. Bedloe makes more trouble.
I sure sent that Bedloe running back to the main office with his tail between his legs. He wouldn't dare tackle me again.
Yeah, but what if somebody higher up in the railroad makes more trouble?
We'll bring them on. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
I still feel better talking to Sam.
No, you stay here and I'll go. Fighting the railroad's a man's job.
Well, I kind of thought you'd get some of those chores done today.
What chores?
Well, you've been promising to chop some wood and clean out the chicken yard.
You hear that? I'm fighting the CNFW Railroad single-handed, and she asked me to clean out a chicken yard.
Bedloe, you had a job to do, and you didn't do it.
But, Mr.
What
Curtis...
do those rubes do to you back there? You used to be the best hatchet man this railroad ever had. Now look at you. You couldn't chop your way through a watercress sandwich.
Mr. Curtis...
Don't just stand there. Start lying.
Yes, sir. Well, Chief, I saved this line at least $150,000. If we junked the Hooterville cannonball, those people were going to sue us for damages.
Let them sue. Why do you think we're overpaying our lawyers? Gentlemen, I tell you the Hooterville cannonball is through.
But it's such a quaint little train.
The CNFW doesn't have room for quaint little trains. Now, if we hook up the main line from Hooterville, extend the branch from Pixley to our existing track, we can cut 30 minutes from the schedule of the Fenton City Flyer. 30 valuable minutes. And that means money in the bank for the CNFW.
But, Chief, you can't send the flyer through that valley. There are too many curves.
We'll straighten them.
And the trestle that connects with the branch line is absolutely ruined. The others are too narrow and old.
We'll build new ones out of concrete and steel.
But the right-of-way is full of hills.
We'll level them.
And swamps.
We'll fill up the swamps with the hills. Gentlemen, we'll send our diesels through there so fast, those Hooterville hicks will think they're living on a launching pad. I will have a full report for you by the end of the week. I am going into that valley incognito and make a personal survey.
But Mr.
Incognito, Mr. Bedlow. You see, that's where you made your mistake. You told them who you were, and they ganged up on you. Miss Hammond, I want you to have my helicopter and wrinkle me a suit. Have them both on the roof in 20 minutes.
According to Sam Drucker, all we can do right now is lay low and let the railroad make the next move.
Sam's a smart fellow.
He says to expect trouble, though, especially from the president. Remember how mean Mr. Bedlow was?
Honorest man I ever met.
Well, from what Sam's heard, the president of this railroad makes Mr. Bedlow look like a Sunday school teacher. Floyd, look. It's a heliocopter.
Yeah. What do you suppose that whirly-bug's doing around here?
Put me down outside Hooterville.
According to the map, I flew right over it, but I didn't see a thing.
Well, we just passed a train, so put me down in front of it and I'll flag a ride.
Roger.
Don't forget now, I'll be waiting at Hooterville, ready to be picked up Friday noon.
Hobo.
Yeah, and he had the nerve to stop the train.
Go easy on him.
Listen, Kate, it's bad enough for a hobo to hook a ride on the outside, but he'd come inside.
Yeah, but the poor fella looks like he's on his last leg, so take it easy, huh?
Okay.
Hi there.
Hello?
My name is Kate Bradley. I run the Shady Rest Hotel up the tracks away. And this is Mr. Smoot.
Hello, Smoot?
It's Mr. Smoot. How far are you figuring on going?
End of the line. How much do I owe you? Well, my secretary must not have put any money in these clothes. I've got money.
Sure you have. Sure you have.
I still want to know what the fare is.
You wouldn't know what to charge him, would you, Floyd?
No, I wouldn't. We never stopped where we picked you up before.
Hi.
What's up, Charlie?
Oh, nothing. Just come back to check on the hitchhiker.
Wait a minute. You're the engineer, aren't you?
Yep, sure am.
Well, then who's running this train?
My little girl.
What?
Betty Jo, my youngest daughter.
Runs the train real good, too. Come on, Floyd. We're almost to the trestle.
See you later, folks. They let your daughter run this train, a child?
She's been running it for years. Has a real steady hand on the throttle. Her braking could stand improving.
What are we stopping here for?
Morgan Creek Trestle. We always stop here this time of the year.
Why?
Come on, I'll show you. We're going to be here a spell.
Well, I'm all baited up and ready to go.
Well, dump it in. Fish ain't likely to climb up here begging for it. Quiet, both of you. I think I got me a nibble. Nope, the worm was just stretching.
Oh, no. You mean to tell me you stopped this train just to go fishing?
We ain't in no hurry.
Well, I am. Let's get this iron rolling.
You sure give good orders for a hobo.
A hobo? I am Norman P. Curtis, presently a hobo.
Well, if you don't intend staying one, there's no shame in it.
Would you like to try my pole?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm not much of a fisherman.
Well, you never know till you try.
Go ahead.
Well, all right. But I'm not very good at it.
Ooh, I wouldn't say that. I think you got something already. Either that or Betty Jo's using a mighty heavy worm.
By George, I have. I've got a fish. A fish.
Isn't that cute?
Yes. I caught a fish. I haven't had a meal like this in years.
The way you're glomping it down, you won't need another one for years. I thought those two freeloaders could put it away, but you got them backed into a corner.
What do you mean, freeloaders?
We give value received.
Well, all of you ride on our railroad for free.
Oh, they do? Well, I'd like to hear more about that later.
Yes, Kate and the girls and Uncle Joe and...
Here you are, Mr. Curtis. The piece de resistance.
Oh, Mrs. Bradley, I don't think I have room for anything more.
Oh, you're just being modest. The way you pack it in, you could give stuff and lessons to a silo.
You'll have room, all right. Regarde. Poisson a la Curtis.
My fish.
Where?
Right there under that sprig of parsley.
Isn't that something?
What'd you call it?
Poisson. That's French for fish.
I've seen heftier-looking guppies.
This one did lose a little in the translation.
Mrs. Bradley, I can't remember...
Kate?
Oh, Kate, thank you. I can't remember when I've tasted such delectable food. I'm certainly going to miss it.
Well, why don't you stay for a few more days? Tomorrow we're going to have ribs.
Ribs? Oh, I really would like to stay, but no, I must get on to Pixley.
Mr. Curtis, we all get down on our luck sometimes, so
Kate.
you don't have to be bashful with us. If it's a question of money, we can work something out.
Kate.
You're very kind. Maybe I will stay on for a while.
Kate, could I speak to you for a minute?
Well, sure, I can. Excuse me. And just holler when you want dessert. We're going to have gooseberry turnovers.
Gooseberry turnovers? Oh, marvelous. My own fish. Maybe I shouldn't have asked her to cook it. Maybe I should have had it mounted.
Kate, why'd you have to invite him to stay?
Why not? He's a very nice man.
Have you seen him eat? He's got more stomachs than a camel.
Poor man.
Poor us, I mean. Why, he's had everything but the delphiniums Betty Jo painted on the plate.
Uncle Joe, I got a feeling about Norman Curtis. His coat may be frazzled, and he may be coming apart at the seams, but underneath it all...
He's a tramp.
He's a gentleman. I can tell. And you got no call to whittle on a man just 'cause he's come on hard times.
Well, if he don't stop eating, our hard times are going to be asking his hard times to move over.
It's our bounden duty to help him. Anybody can tell he's seen better days.
Not better eating days. Kate, you're a mighty poor judge of character. Now, that Norman is a freeloader if I've ever seen one.
He's not a freeloader.
I ain't seen the color of his money, have you?
Well, I'm going to let him work out his keep.
He's going to work?
Sure. You've got a lot of chores that haven't been tended to. Norman can be your helper. Helper.
Oh, well, that's different. Maybe I better go and see if that poor fella needs some more food.
To the loveliest lady I've ever known.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis.
Norman, please.
Tell me, Norman, is that a compliment to my personality or to my cooking?
Both. You know, Kate, I think these have been the happiest days of my whole life.
Maybe it's because you've been doing something.
Well, you have been keeping me busy. I haven't chopped wood in years.
But you need a steady job.
You're right. And when I leave here tomorrow, I'm going to the main office of the CNFW Railroad.
And ask them for a job. Any kind of a job. Oiling, wiping, walking track. Why, with your brain, you could work up in no time.
You really think so?
Oh, yes, Norman. You got it in you. You set your mind to it, and in 5 or 10 years, you'll go right to the top. I'll be so proud. I'll point at you and I'll say, "That's my friend, Norman Curtis, station master."
Well, let's not aim our sights too high.
Mr. Curtis, any special song you'd like to hear?
Yes. How about Apple on a Tree?
I don't think we know that one. Really, Joe, do we know Apple on a Tree? No. We don't know that one.
Oh, that's the finest song you ever heard. Here, give me that thing.
Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. I was a woolly boogie bee. I'd make my home in that cherry tree. Wish I was.
Your president did not fire blank cartridges in Hooterville. I did not permit mawkish sentiment to influence my decision.
Well, I'm sorry, Chief. I must have been hypnotized. Well, When do we go back to work up there?
On what?
Well, like you said, hook up the branch line with the Fenton City Flyer.
What are you talking about, Bedloe? We can't send that flyer through that valley. There are too many curves.
But you said we'd straighten them.
The right-of-way is full of hills.
But you said we'd level them.
And swamps.
That's where you said you'd put the hills.
Well, there are too many swamps and not enough hills. And furthermore, the main trestle is completely wrecked. All the others are old and narrow. They're good for nothing but fishing.
But you said we'd build new ones out of concrete and steel.
What's the matter with you, Bedloe? Are you trying to bankrupt this railroad? Your entire idea of modernizing that branch is unfeasible, ill-advised, and unpatriotic.
My idea. Unpatriotic.
Gentlemen, I am leaving immediately to try and straighten out the mess created by our ambassador of goodwill, Mr. Bedloe here. I'll have a full report for you by the middle of next week. Or the week after. Well, anyway, I will let you know. Gentlemen, this meeting is adjourned.
Oh, Miss Hammond, dear. If you have a moment, would you please get my helicopter and my wrinkled suit?
I sure hope Mr. Curtis got that job.
What job?
At the railroad. Before he left, said he was going to the main office and see about it.
Kate, you're the worst judge of character I've ever seen. Nutty Norman is a hobo, born and bred. Those kind of fellas don't want to work.
Sure worked hard here, doing your chores.
Yeah, I tried to help him make something out of himself. The man just don't take to work the way I do.
Thanks for the lift, fellas. Oh, will I see you at lunch tomorrow?
You'll see us for supper tonight. The way you eat, there won't be no tomorrow.
You know something? You're the first man I ever seen could get sparks out of a knife and fork.
Now, Uncle Joe, leave him be. He feels bad enough not landing that job.
Yeah, it's ruined his appetite.
Just as well off not getting in with that CNFW outfit. Yeah, I hear they are all a bunch of nuts.
That's the case. Nutty Norman ought to be president.
Now, that's enough. I do hear they're awful hard-hearted, especially the president. They say he's a terror.
Did you get a good look at him when you was up there?
As a matter of fact, I did.
What does he look like?
Well, he's a pretty good-looking fella. And rather nice when you get to know him.
You're as poor a judge of character as Kate. That skunk's trying to scrap our railroad.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It isn't altogether that skunk's fault, the president's fault. As a matter of fact, he wants to save your railroad.
He does?
Yes, he really does, Kate. But you see, he's accountable to a board of directors, and they are accountable to the stockholders, and, well, you know stockholders. Well, when the fiscal year terminates, they want those net profit dividends to be commensurate with what...
Norman. When you try to talk business, you're pathetic. Stick to eating. That's what you do best.
You don't sing bad.
Speaking of that, let's all go outside and do some singing.
We've got a surprise for you, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, really?
I wish I was a woolly boogie bee. I wish I was a woolly boogie bee. If I was a woolly boogie bee, I would make my home in that old cherry tree. I wish I was a woolly boogie bee.
Yeah, doing our song.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Well, that was Petticoat Junction, in case you didn't know. But on to more important things. My buddy here, he needs a name. I've come up with the name Otto, which I like, and a chatter came up with the word Ocho, which is Spanish for 8, so I think that's a good name too. So I like both Otto and Ocho, although neither one of those is even set in stone, but I wanted to get his opinion on it. So do you like Otto better than Ocho? Well, let's shake him up, find out. So he says, absolutely yes. So he likes Otto best, but we'll see. The jury's still out. What's coming up next? I have no clue, really.
Creature of unholy vengeance, born in the heart of a man unjustly condemned to death.
In death I shall be stronger than you in life. I will come back from hell and make you pay for your crimes.
Tree monster. Oh, now, Norgu, I know about cannibalistic flowers, but this tree monster is utterly unbelievable.
Dr. Mason, you are a wise lady. But there are many things even the wisest of us do not know.
Land of superstition, terror, and violent hatred. Where beneath the surface of the Polynesian islands, the earth gives grotesque and terrible birth to a monstrous creature, sworn to kill and torture and destroy.
I beg you, pull up the roots so it will die before it murders everyone.
You know what? I have an eerie feeling that this thing knows what we're saying.
Pulse beat is almost human.
Don't be stingy at a time like this, dearie.
Relentlessly, the baranga pursues its prey. Impervious to destruction by mortal hands, ravaging the world in its madness.
We've got to find her. Let's go back. Come on. Doc, I never saw anything like this. Those bullets bounce off like baby shot on a stone wall.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Truman Bradley. Let me show you something unusual. In our laboratory, you have seen many animal experiments. Perhaps you remember the chimpanzee that could operate a typewriter in a test proving that animal intelligence can surpass anything previously expected of it. Later, we showed you how nature has equipped certain species of wildlife with an extra sense. We blindfolded a rattlesnake and saw how the snake, although unable to see, followed infrared radiations from a balloon filled with hot water. Today, science relies upon animals to help us learn how to survive the harmful effects of atomic radiation. Probably none can do it so well as this group of beetles. which survived a massive, ordinarily fatal dose of radiation and lived. Study of the armor-like shell structure which shielded them will, we hope, reveal how we can protect ourselves from the same danger. That, of course, is a discovery that lies somewhere in the future. This dog is a laboratory worker in atomic research. He looks pretty healthy, doesn't he? Yet he has been exposed regularly to large doses of radiation in an experiment to see how much radiation a living body can safely carry. By shielding the animal spleen from the radiation, by constant care, daily baths and regular blood transfusions, attendance by a staff of veterinarians, feeding from a special kitchen, and certain new drugs, beagles like this one can live a normal lifespan. This type of research is a part of our story, a story of fiction, but based on actual research now going on. This is the Pacific Division of the International Electric Corporation. In the trade, it's known as a reactor breeder plant. Inside the huge reactor, neutrons change non-fissionable uranium-238 and thorium into fissionable plutonium, or uranium-233. Like most atomic energy research in the United States today, the work at Pacific Division is being done by private industry. Each of these men has behind him years of training in science. Each is expert and fully informed on his particular phase of the operations in Pacific Division of IEC. Each has been proven loyal to the United States. Yet all of them work under the hard, questioning eye of the security staff. But only one man in the entire plant knows and understands everything being done here and is able to synthesize that unique knowledge into a final result. That man is Dr. Maxwell Carnarvon.
You asked me what I think, and I gave it to you in that report. If you don't want it straight, Mr. Scott, then don't ask me.
I suppose you'd simmer down, Frank. You don't have to sugar anything up for me. I am glad you take plant security so seriously, but I think you're going overboard in this case. Do you think Dr. Carnarvon is going to steal his own secrets that only he knows?
Privilege means loose security. In the Marine Corps, even a general worked within security regulations.
This is not the Marine Corps. Generals can be replaced. Dr. Carnarvon can't.
But you can't let Dr. Carnarvon and his secretary wheel in and out of that back gate, while everyone else on the installation has to go through the main gate checkpoints.
All right, Frank. Maybe I'm not being fair. There's some things you should know that I haven't told you. Dr. Carnarvon is closest to being a bona fide genius of any man I've ever known. Now, that makes him different from the rest of us. This entire multi-million-dollar program is his baby. He's more than just an employee here. He's more like a parent, really. Now, if you start telling me how he has to act around his child, you're in troubled territory. Now, he's the most valuable man in this organization. Just don't do anything to aggravate him. He's irritable enough as it is.
That's just the point. He's been acting odd, strange. The people that work with him, even those that like him, have noticed it. He's been blowing up at everybody in sight.
Well, what in the world has this got to do with security?
Do you realize that with a push of a button, he could blast this reactor and everyone in it sky high? He controls the most powerful force in the history of the world, and suddenly he's almost irrational. Now, to me, this is a dangerous thing.
And all of these things, I suppose, are a symptom of what?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I've talked to one. I wish you'd talk to him, too.
All right, Frank. Set up an appointment.
It's already set up, sir. I've had a doctor waiting in my office. Shall we see him? Dr. Selwyn Frake, this is Mr. Ralph Scott, who runs Pacific Division.
Dr. Scott?
Dr. Frake is a specialist in industrial and group psychiatry. I've told him all about Dr. Carnarvon.
What do you think, Doctor? Anything what he says?
Well, diagnosis by hearsay is impossible, Mr. Scott. I haven't met Dr. Kahneman, but if what Mr. Davis says is correct, overwork and a long period of extreme tension can result in a very serious breakdown.
Have to be very careful about it. If he ever found out about this, why, he'd walk out of here so fast that...
He won't find out.
What took you so long?
It took me a little while to find these. I don't understand why you needed this information. It doesn't refer to our work in progress.
Well, that's really none of your affair, Anne, is it?
I'm sorry.
Got the results of the last test, Dr. Carnovan?
Perhaps I didn't make myself clear the first time, Kenneth. Please knock before coming in here. What did the evaluation show?
Same as the last 5 tests, sir. Based on the amount of material used, they've all been far below the minimum level of error. Now, Washington sent an inquiry today. They're talking about a full evaluations report on tests of the last 6 months. Now, we'd better send it on or they'll think something's wrong here.
Something wrong, Dr. Carnovan? Anything I should know about?
No. I'll take care of it myself when we can tell them why, Kenneth. That'll be all.
Dr. Carnovan?
Oh, Mr. Davis, you find any spies today?
Not today, sir. This is Dr. Selwyn Frake. He's a specialist in group psychiatry. He's going to be with us for a few weeks to study our project personnel.
So, now we even have thought police. The atomic age, which was going to be such a boon to mankind, has instead become a prison.
Davis speaking. What's the problem? All right, connect me with him. Shaw, what is it?
One of the radioactive dogs got out of the exercise run.
How?
I don't know how.
How long ago?
Maybe 10 minutes, not more than 15.
Can you get up here right away?
Yes. I'll be right there. Watch the store for me while I'm gone.
Gilbert, turn off that alarm and let everyone get back to work. Notify all personnel that one of the beagles got out of the dog lab. If anyone spots his location, they're to report it to security control. They are not, repeat, not to touch that animal under any circumstances.
I got here as soon as I could.
Now, just how dangerous is this animal?
Well, he's carrying enough radioactivity to be dangerous to touch, about 250 milliroentgens.
Danger exists only if contact is prolonged over a period of time.
Frank, get that dog back here. The whole plant's in an uproar.
We'll have the animal back here shortly. We're turning out an extra shift of security men. This dog's radioactivity will pick up on a scintillometer, right?
You'll be able to pick up his trace.
Good. Gilbert, on that new shift, equip as many men as you can with scintillometers. The lab tech says the dog's trace will register. Right. Work a square search away from the plant area.
All right, Mr. Davis, I don't think all this is necessary. Scintillometers, all this confusion and excitement. Why make things worse?
He's right, Frank. Isn't there some other way?
None that I know of. The dog's dangerous. He's got to be found.
But perhaps without the scintillometers. A few of your men scouring the countryside, but I think you exaggerate the urgency.
You wrote a paper on the dangers of exposure to radiation. I read it. You said the exposure to 240 milliroentgens can cause radiation poisoning. And now suddenly it's all different. Why? We'll do it my way, all right?
Oh, all right, Frank. The important thing is to get that dog back here.
Working here, it's like being in the Dark Ages.
He is changed. Well, he was barely rational.
Almost as though he were hiding something, like a deep sense of guilt.
While a well-organized search explored through the area, the radioactive pup eagerly discovered a world he had never known. Far behind him, the security men methodically probed the ground for a trace of radioactivity. The guards were certain to find pup. The question was, when? Meanwhile, although activity at the plant had practically come to a halt, the television monitors in security control were still watched in the slim hope that the radioactive beagle might still be within the plant area, escaping the detection of the guards.
Anything on the dog yet?
No, nothing. That's not what I wanted to see you about. Clayton here has something to tell you.
Well, Mrs. Scott, our evaluations have been off the predicted mathematical norm for the last half-dozen tests.
Does Dr. Carnovan know this?
That's just the point. He's known all along.
Well, you see, Washington called for a full evaluation report, but for some reason, Dr. Carnovan didn't want to send it on yet. Now, judging from what went into the tests and what the results showed, there's the mathematical equivalent of about 4 pounds of fissionable material missing.
4 pounds? That's enough to blow up an entire city. But it's impossible for anybody to get off this installation with anything radioactive.
Unless he was above security regulations. That's all, Ken. Thanks. Stay available, huh? Come in, Miss Page. Sit down, please. Now, Miss Page, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to think before you answer. And I want the truth, you understand?
I don't lie, Mr. Davis.
No, of course you don't. Have you noticed any change in Dr. Carnovan lately? Any difference in attitude? Does he seem tired?
Dr. Carnovan works very hard.
Yeah, perhaps too hard. Although he'd never even admitted to himself, maybe Dr. Carnovan needs a rest, and if he does, we'd like him to have it.
I think Dr. Carnovan is the best judge of that. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
Yes, of course. And thank you.
That's a loyal girl.
I hope loyalty to Dr. Carnovan is the only thing involved. I'd hate to think it was anything else.
And that's all Mr. Davis said. But I think there's more to it than just that.
Evil breeds evil.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Will you help me get the day's work together, please, Anne? I think I'll finish at home.
Of course.
And hurry, please. There isn't much time. Leave things alone, can't you?
Far from the workers' village, on the other side of the plant, one of the security patrols finally picked up the dog's radioactive emanations.
Security Control, this is Bishop calling. Security Control, come in, please. Is Davis there? Yeah, it's Bishop. Let me talk to him. Mr. Davis?
Go ahead, Bishop. On the old sand highway, about 4 miles south. Gotcha. Now, you keep following the trace. We'll catch up with you. Right. This is the road to Dr. Carnovan's house. I wonder if the dog's there.
Shouldn't be far. The trace is getting stronger.
Hop in. Take it easy, son. We're not going to hurt you. We just have to take that dog with us. Now stand up slowly. And don't touch him anymore, because he'll make you sick.
Oh,
Grab that dog.
I didn't steal him, honest. I found him. He's mine.
You don't want that kind of a dog, son. Put him in the station wagon. That's it. Get the kid to the hospital in town for observation. Tell him our plant doctor will be over to take care of him. Oh, and when you make an identification, get his address. Maybe we can find another dog for him.
Bishop!
Is that Dr. Carnarvon's house?
Yeah, I guess he must like it lonely up there. Nice job getting the dog. Give me that thing.
Hey, the dog's gone. Where's that coming from?
Let's go back, Bishop.
Suppose the man's a spy.
Report from the guard at the rear gate shows that Dr. Carnarvon's car went through at 4:26 p.m. There was a strong trace of radioactivity coming from it. I think it's about time for a call to Washington. You'd better make it.
All right. I'll let you know.
I'll be in Dr. Carnarvon's office if you need me.
Mr. Davis, I know Dr. Carnarvon wouldn't want you in his office.
Where is Dr. Carnarvon, Miss Page?
He wasn't feeling well. He's working at home. Listen, I know he wouldn't want anyone
Where
in
does
his
Dr.
office.
Carnarvon keep his current work file?
He has it at home with him.
What's in here?
I don't know.
Would you open it up, please?
I don't have the combination. Only Dr. Carnarvon has that. Just a minute. That desk is private. Why are you persecuting Dr. Carnarvon? Why do you insist on hounding a man who's given more to this country, to the world, than you and I ever would in 100 lifetimes?
Nobody's persecuting Dr. Carnarvon, Miss Page.
Stop that! I've seen you eyeing him like some strange animal out of a zoo. He knows it, too. And you sick that psychiatrist on him. You seem determined to drive him away from here. If you do, you're going to be very sorry.
Clayton had the answer all the time.
4 pounds of fissionable material.
Somebody checked out that material for the test, then withheld some of it. It's accounted for by being listed as destroyed in routine testing.
And getting it out of this plant, only one man. Frank, I've been a fool. Must have smuggled it out in his car. Scott speaking. Yeah, put him on. It's Washington going. Hello. Yeah. Did you get that answer? Complete authorization. Take into custody if necessary, huh? Fine, I'll let you know. Well, you heard.
Looks like we won't need our raincoats.
No. I don't know what he's doing. Surprise might be dangerous. No. Oh, Max Carnarvon for years. I don't think that'll be necessary.
You know what he's doing?
Some sort of a nuclear device. That color. Green. Never seen anything like it before.
I just hope it's not ready to blow. There goes nothing. Hold it, Doctor.
Do I really look that dangerous? Well, you found me out. But just what have you found out, gentlemen?
Max, what in the world are you building here?
Was this for export, Doctor?
No, my dear Mr. Davis, I'm not a spy. Nor a saboteur.
But that color, that green.
Chloroplasm. It's what makes things grow. That's what I wanted to do. To create something constructive,
But what could be so important that you'd jeopardize your work, your future?
I've been expecting that question for almost 2 years now. And yet I'm not sure that I can answer it.
Suppose you give us a try.
Well, it's a terrible thing to realize that you've spent a lifetime creating death. I know. Of course, I also know we were forced by our enemies to protect ourselves with destructive devices. Nevertheless, I've felt guilty for years. So I found a compromise for my conscience. I decided that whatever time and effort I had to put in developing weapons, I would spend equal time and knowledge here, working on something constructive.
But there's something. What is it?
I call it my benevolent bomb. I've combined green chloroplasm, the stuff which is the very essence of our plant life, with plutonium to explode over the desert. A fallout of ash consisting entirely of radioactive chloroplasm would mingle with the desert sands and with, a minimum of irrigation. Make the arid land fertile. Don't you see? It would give us something to point to say, look, we use this great force for creation by creating an age of plenty.
I guess you realize, Doctor, you've broken the law. Taking materials, working privately on a nuclear device. I'd have to arrest you.
I know. But if you hadn't stopped me, time would. I've exposed myself too often and too long to excessive radiation. I'm afraid I haven't long. Not long enough to finish it.
But with proper rest, good care.
No, I'm afraid not. There is something you can do for me. All my notes, they're in the safe in my office. Anne will open it for you. I'd hate to lose them.
Don't worry about it, Doctor. We'll turn them over to another scientist to work on to finish.
No. A board of scientists. One man can't do it. Well, shall we go, gentlemen?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
No, don't be. You know, I rather think I'll enjoy the rest.
The atomic age began with a dreadful explosion. But since the war's end, the atom has been turned to peaceful uses as well. Already it is a cheap source of electricity, and every day in medicine, it has become a mighty force in saving lives. The atom, introduced so frighteningly into our world, may well be the gateway to a new life of peace and plenty. The story you have just seen is fiction, of course. But who of us can say what lies in the future of science? I'll be back with you in just a moment. I hope you enjoyed our story. We'll be back with you a week from today with another exciting adventure from the world of fiction and science. Until then, this is your host, Truman Bradley, saying, see you next week.
So that was science fiction theater. It's a big fave. I have not been showing many of them lately. They're sort of hard to find, but it starred Truman Bradley as the narrator host. And it was the first ever TV show of science fiction style that actually focused more on the science than the fiction. There was a lot of science involved with it. You can actually learn from it, but there's also a little bit of pseudo science here and there too. But that was the episode Green Bomb. So I hope you like that. Maybe quite a few of you probably have not seen that one. So coming up next is The Last Shoe.
Steve, get going!
We've got to stop that patrol boat. Zarnoff's men have done away with the crew. It's a clean sweep to the locks now.
To hit the locks.
Blow it up! Blow it up! I'll get Tracy anyway.
That explosion will cause an intense investigation. We must dismantle everything and get out of here.
Three different stations picked up the radio signal from the robot control and triangulated them. Apparently, the lines intersected at this point.
This is the room, all right. But we're about 20 minutes too late. Zarnoff will never remain here after his attempt to blow up the locks. But where he'll turn up next, there's no telling. We'll go back to our headquarters, Captain, and do everything we can from there.
All right.
There isn't a chance of a slip-up. Come in.
Hello, Zarnoff. I understand you sent for me. I hated to take the time. I was very busy.
Busy setting your plans to collect $5,000 reward, eh, Lenny? My men have kept me informed as to your activities. You know how I deal with stool pigeons and traitors.
Zarnoff, it's a frame. I wasn't going to squeal.
Take him away.
No, you don't. Stand back. Not a move. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't shoot.
Hello, Steve.
Dick?
Thought for a while we might get a tumble from some stool pigeon on that reward angle.
We're no better off than we were before. If we can only get some idea. Hello, Duffy. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Tracy.
What's on your mind?
The boys fished a guy out of the harbor this morning, murdered. No identification. The chief sent me up here with his fingerprints.
Usual routine. Gwen, get on the teletype, Bureau of Identification, Washington. It's coming right up. You might as well wait.
Thank you.
interesting case?
Not very. Usual stuff.
Drowned?
Shot 5 times in the back.
I see, just the usual stuff. Any marks?
All the labels and laundry marks are cut out of the clothing. Nothing in the pockets.
Pretty thorough job.
Yeah? Nothing much we can do about it.
Unless we can find out who it is. Quick work.
They say the fingerprints belong to Lenny Slade, Terman Sing Sing, Terman Fulson. 2 years ago, worked with Zarnoff's gang.
What do you know about that?
This is just what we've been waiting for.
You know this guy?
Not yet. But come along, Steve. We're going over to the morgue and have a look at Lenny. Tell the chief we'll be by in a few minutes to pick up the clothes. Put them in a bundle, all of them. Thanks, Duffy.
Okay, Mr. Tracy.
Brick dust, same as in the cuffs. And fish scales, same kind. Gwen, bring me the volume on marine life on the Pacific coast.
These specimens from the cracks in the shoe soles.
Six, 7, 8, 9. 9 ribs.
Here's a color chart of the different scales.
You see, there it is. It's identical. It's the only one with 9. It's the fish scales from a giant bonita. Get me the Fish and Game Commissioner on the telephone.
Hello.
Mr. Burke? Just a moment, please. Dick.
Hello, Burke. Tracy, FBI.
Oh, yes, Mr. Tracy.
Just where would one walk around here to pick up the scales of giant bonito on the soles of their shoes?
Giant bonita? There aren't any.
But we've just found quite a number of the scales.
Well, there were some tremendous runs of them here a few years back. They had to build canneries to handle them. Then 3 years ago, they just quit coming here. And the canneries had to fold up.
But there could be some of these old scales lying around the floors of the canneries.
Well, that's the only place you'll find them.
Where are these canneries and how many are there?
3, I think. All between Point Roma and Half Moon Beach.
Thank you very much, Mr. Burke. We've got it. 1 of 3 abandoned canneries. Probably the one with brick dust in evidence. Call them in. We're off to the harbor to find Zarnoff. Steve and I'll take the Pacific Canneries. About a mile from there is the Mortensen plant and the Tidewater outfit. Foster, you and Wilbur cover the plant. You fellas take the other.
Sure looks deserted.
Uh-oh. This is the place, all right. You drive back and bring the boys here. I'll take a look around in the meantime.
The President's yacht will approach from this direction. Here are the reefs. This afternoon, I'll have the barge towed out and anchored here.
I get it. Makes a straight line over the reefs.
Al and his boys will take the lighthouse. 3 men should be enough. Sandoval, you'll take charge of the barge.
Okay.
Don't move! Stand up, Zarnoff. Now turn around. Pleasure catching up with you, Zarnoff.
The pleasure, if any, is entirely yours. Neat job you did beating the death chamber. But you won't do it the next time.
There won't be any next time.
Watch out! He's going to shoot!
What are we going to do?
Close the trap.
I've got a better idea. Go to the medical cabinet. Bring some cotton and that bottle of anesthetic. All right, go ahead. That ought to be enough. It's quiet now. Take a look about in case some of his men are with him. Come on, snap out of it. I want to talk with you. Anchor that chair to the floor. How is it?
Solid as a rock.
Give me a couple of nails in this chair.
Do you mind letting me in on your little plot?
Not at all, Mr. Tracy. Your G-men will come charging into this room as soon as we leave. The first man to turn the knob of this door will probably be shot with a gun here.
I see.
The others will promptly fire a broadside through the door. You, being in direct line, will have the pleasure of being executed by your own men.
You take that window in there. You come with me and take the window down the hall.
Sorry I can't stay to talk with you as I had planned. I'm sorrier still that I won't be able to witness your execution by your own men. All right, we better go. Give them a couple more rounds, then come down to the dock. We'll have the boat ready.
Come on, Ed.
Everest. This should be it.
Get you? Yeah, but nothing serious. I'm all right. Get him.
I'll give you a chance to come out. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Well, that was the last show. Thanks for coming, everybody. That was Dick Tracy's G-Men from 1939. That was Chapter 2, Captured. And the overall story of the serial is this Dr. Zanoff. They execute him, but he has this drug to bring him back to life. So Dick Tracy tries to catch him before he can put his gang back together, you know. So anyway, I hope you guys like the funny format. I think it's kind of fun. So please hit like and subscribe if you could, and leave a comment if you want. And take care of yourself, and hope to see you soon. Take care.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.